Okay, so we're on the due date or we're coming up to it very closely, and you're about to finish or you already have finished your final copy, and you're in seventh grade or eighth grade, then you also need to go ahead and take, I don't know, the next 10, maybe more, 15 at most minutes to transfer your photograph of your final copy onto your portfolio presentation. So as you see on this screen, what I'm showing you here is underperforming. At this point, you should see an assignment that's new. It's labeled Portfolio Presentation Final Works. Read those instructions very carefully. Then look at the examples to help you understand the instructions, right? You'll notice that these kids that did these, I've changed their names. You don't know these people, but these are student works. And I felt like these guys did a very good job of organizing and choosing thematically their color scheme, as well as not making their slides too busy, too active, so that the artwork is the centerpiece and the artwork is what I pay the most attention to. I think they did this pretty well with taste, respect, good judgment. The pictures that they put in are good size. So let's roll with this. I'm not going to show you these. You can look at them on your own. You can go scrolling in the window, or you can click view or view assignment is what yours will say. Okay. So in order to do this, you'll need to have two things open. You'll open the portfolio template. It says 18 weeks. Ours is 12, but still, that's what you have. And it's going to be blank. So I'm going to let this open for a moment. It's going to look like this. It's going to be gray, kind of bland. It's going to ask you for a title of your portfolio as a whole. Read the instructions. Then once you've followed them and you've watched them and you've done this, delete those instructions off the slide. You've got table of contents slides that ask you for what you've done this trimester: drawing, painting, computer gen, sculpture, abstract. And if you have me twice, then this would apply to you. If you don't, you can delete that slide. And then as you can see, then there's a pattern that follows, right? Delete these instructions before you submit, read through this, and then these slides here that remain, these are where you're going to put a larger version of your final copies. So what you'll do is this: you'll have this open. You look for where drawing one is going to be, which is here, and you've got some instructions to get rid of. All right. Let's say you finished drawing one and it's the only one you finished. You need to open your portfolio and go ahead and transfer it. I'm going to show you how to do it. Slide number 4, which should have my final copy picture on it. There it is. Oh, and it's nice and big. This is a decent picture. It's almost perfectly square. It's got a nice simple background to it. There's no clutter. I think it's usable. So you're going to click it once, then you're going to copy. Okay, now you can do that by 2-finger tapping or right clicking on a mouse. Then you go over to where portfolio is. On top of this, you're going to paste, and I'm going to hold down Control and punch V. And there it is. Now that's way too big for this page, so I'm going to shrink it. And I'm going to move it over and hover right over that picture. Okay? I'm going to shrink it a little more so the drawing label will be available or be visible. And I'm going to leave that there. Now, I'm going to have to do it again, except I'm going to go past the table of contents to the next slide that asks for a larger work. And I'm going to Control V one more time. I'm going to drag it over just by grabbing it, clicking down on it, and move it. Okay? I'm going to shrink it just a little bit to make room for my theme question. Now I can put the theme question across the bottom here, but I need to grab that from here, slide number, what looks like number 3. I'm going to triple click, 1, 2, 3, select the whole thing, copy, then go over here, open this little window, put my cursor right where it needs to go, and paste. Now that's really big, so I'm going to shrink it, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And I'm going to decrease the font back down to in the teens or 10 or something like that, like so. Okay. Now I'm going to move that a little just to get it out from under. There we go. See, that looks pretty good. What medium? Well, this is graphite. So then what I do is I take my time and I just say medium is graphite. Oops, except I capitalized my R. Need to capitalize the P in pencil. And that's it. Okay. I'm finished with that segment of my portfolio for now. Later on, when I'm refining my portfolio, I can choose to change the background color, change my font colors, but for now, I've done it precisely what I need to do. I have it on my table of contents slide right here with a label under it, nice and neat, and I have it much larger on the exposure slide where I really get a sense of the detail. And then I can, if I want to, enlarge this just a little bit. I can do that. And that's a good looking slide and a good presentation. So again, if you're 7th and 8th grade, you need to be doing this as you finish up each artwork. You'll put them in twice, once on the table of contents, smaller, then larger down below in the same order you have them up there. Think of a title, put your name on it, delete the instructions when you no longer need them, and you'll have your portfolio put together by the end. Thanks, guys.